Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. If you are in periods 1 or 4 with Miss Davy, then you would say that it is 128. If you are in periods 5, 7, or 8 with Miss Davy, you would say that it is 129. Today we are going to be talking about all day translations. Remember how we talked about at the end of last class those 4 transformations? We're going to begin with translations. It's the one, if you remember, we're going to write it down. A translation is a slide of a shape. A slide of a shape. So remember, we talk about up, down, left, or right. Okay? When we are talking about translations, we are talking about a shape moving up, down, left, or right. Okay? So thinking back to what you did when you first got into class and how we did moving from one spot to another on that coordinate plane, right? That's what we're looking at here, only instead of like one point, we are probably looking at moving an entire shape. So that's where it's a little bit different. Okay? So we are going to look at how to write this in a symbolic representation. Symbolic representation. Okay? So you know that all coordinates are x comma y, right? That should not be anything new. You should also know that the x-axis is left to right, right? It's horizontal. And the y-axis is up and down. So when we're talking about symbolic representation, we're going to be talking about moving the x left and right and moving the y up or down, all right? So think about it this way. Think about it this way. The pre-image, right? Pre meaning before, right? Before the transformation. Before transformation, right? That's going to be whatever the letter is, whatever the dot is or the point, that's going to be just regular x comma y. Then we're going to end up at the image, right, which is after the transformation. And after the transformation, remember how we talked about that's going to be a prime x comma y. So remember, it's going to have apostrophe. Remember how we talked about that image has the apostrophe. So when we're talking about the actual symbolic representation, we are talking about taking that point, x comma y, and changing it to be x plus or minus a number and y plus or minus a number. X plus or minus a number and y plus or minus a number. So think about it. If you think about a coordinate plane, right? If you add something to the x, would you go left or right? Right, exactly. So a plus sign means you're going to go right. X plus means go right. X minus means go left. Okay, and then again, we can do the same thing with the y-axis. If we're talking about y plus something, think about your coordinate plane. As you go up, right, that would be plus, so that would be up. I'm running out of room, that's my fault. And then y minus something would be down, okay? And I can write this up here if it'll be easier. That's my fault. You can't really see it very well. My bad.